Alrighty, so today marks the beginning of our Module 7 unit where we are transitioning into 3D geometry. However, we're not going to leave area just yet, and so we're going to talk about today nets and how we create nets from 3D figures. So if we look first at our chart, I want you to go ahead and start sketching this table into your notes. And we're going to go through each of these different types of shapes. Even though we've already explored it on the website, I want us to just take a little more time to discuss prisms and then pyramids. You'll notice on your star chart that we have both types of formulas. So to be able to identify them is going to be super important. So the first thing I've done is identified that it is a prism. And when we have a prism, that means that we have two parallel bases. So two parallel bases is something that's important about both the triangular and the rectangular prism. So two parallel bases. You can draw these shapes out as best you can. I know this is an art class, but that way we can just kind of identify what a rectangular and a triangular prism look like. We also saw that when we break up the net that we have 4 lateral sides, right? And in a triangular prism, we have 3 lateral sides, right? The sides around the bases. Okay, and I'm going to also shade the base so that we can see very clearly that the rectangular prism has 2 bases, one here and one here. We have been told that we identify the base based off of the name of the shape. So because it is a rectangular prism, our base shape is a rectangle. So go ahead and write that in your notes as well. If we use another color for our triangular prism, because it's called a triangular prism, our bases are a triangle. Now, this one is the trickiest shape of all because 9 times out of 10, they will show you the shape flipped over on its side. So if we redrew it to show these bases, I like to draw the triangle first. In fact, let's do it the other way. And then we have our front. We have the top of our triangle, and then in the back, you would see how it connects. So this is another way to identify how the triangle is the base and how we have 2 parallel bases. But most of the time, we're going to see it drawn like this. And so that's why it's so important that when we read the name of the shape, we are already identifying what the shape of the base is. And in this case, it is a triangle, right? Triangular prism, triangular base. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the pyramids now. If we continue with our chart, I see that we have a square pyramid and we also have a triangular pyramid. Now, the difference between prisms and pyramids is that a pyramid only has one base, right? And it's directly below usually what it's sitting on. But again, we can't always count that. So we have to go back and look at what the shape is called. So because it is a square pyramid, the base in fact is a square. And then if we look at the triangular pyramid, because it is called a triangular pyramid, the base is in the shape of a triangle. And if we look at the net, which we've already done some exploration on, we can see that the pyramid, the square pyramid, has 4 lateral sides, and the triangular pyramid has 3 lateral sides, right? If we piece this together, we would see that if we turned it in our hand, we would see the 3 sides of our triangular pyramid and 4 lateral sides of our square pyramid. Alrighty, we're going to take a moment to keep that in our notes, and we're about to transition to actual breaking down of 3D figures to nets. So here's one more glance. You can pause and write this in your notebook.